What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Uncle Fred back in the house again. One more again. Uh, been out of pocket a little bit, but I had to get back to see about y'all, see how y'all was doing, making sure y'all got all the football info, Cowboys info, Alabama info, sports info that you need. And go ahead and hit that like and hit that subscribe button and get on in here. I advise y'all and encourage you to become a part of the Uncle Fred experience. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. So let's get on in here. First thing we're going to do is we want to give our pick'ems results from week 10. I don't know what's going on in the NFL. What's up is down and down is up. Okay. That's why last week I went 5-9 in 14 games. This week, I went 5-8-1. What the heck is going on? Upsets of the Lord. Got teams coming on the road, beating teams that they got no business beating, and starting with Thursday night. So I don't know what I'm gonna pick for week 11, but I'm gonna go with my conventional wisdom, and we'll see how it's gonna be. This thing got to turn at some point. And I'm looking at some of my guys from Athlon Sports. Heck, they didn't do good either. Week 10, they went, most of the guys, a couple of guys went pretty good. But in week 10, a couple of guys went 8-6, another guy went 9-5, another guy went 9-5, another guy went 8-6. I went 5-8-1 this past week. And then for the previous week, that's what they did. And this week that we just had, I think I went 9-7, 9-6 or something that week. And this week we got that we just had, I went 5-8-1. And most of those guys went 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, and 6-7-6. So they were right about with your boy. So what I'm trying to tell you is something in the water. Don't know what it is, but something in the water. I'm not sure what's going on. But we're gonna stay the course. It's like my son was telling me, that's how them casinos get built, because folks bet and what the line is, and such a team is favored to win, and they put all their money on that, and the next thing you know, it's to went the other way. So, but anyway, yeah, the last 2 weeks been something else. But this week, like I said, I went 5-8-1 because there was a tie. Come on, Pittsburgh. Come on now. Just give you a rundown of the scores. I know you already know them. It's Wednesday at this point. I know you guys already know them, but I'm just gonna go on and give them to you. Miami upset Baltimore to get the week started, 22-10 in Miami at Hard Rock. I like to say that Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. My Dallas Cowboys open a can of whoop on the Atlanta Falcons, 43-3. Guess they didn't have no blueprint on how to beat them. Who knew? Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts holding off the Jacksonville Jaguars, 23-17. Jacksonville almost got the upset in that, but they played well. But Indianapolis won, and New England 45, Cleveland 7. We're gonna talk about that game. That's in Foxborough. I guess Odell leaving, didn't open up stuff for them, did it? I got something to talk about that too. Buffalo over New York Jets, 45-17 in East Rutherford. They're playing at New York, win 45-17. Detroit at Pittsburgh, a 16-16 time. We know Ben Roethlisberger didn't play, and also Chase Claypool did not play. And we know Juju Smith-Schuster's out for a bit, so they were kind of hampered at the wide receiver position and that sort of thing. But 16-16 tie. They got to do something about them overtime rules. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that game a little bit too. Very little bit. New Orleans, Tennessee beat New Orleans 23-21. Very good game. Came down to a 2-point conversion. Tennessee wins that one. They're 8-2. Who knew? No Derrick Henry, 2-0 against two playoff teams. Beat the Rams and the New Orleans Saints. What the heck? Okay. Washington over Tampa Bay, 29-19. Talk about that one too. Tampa Bay's now dropped 2 in a row, and Brady's 2 interceptions in both games. Not looking real good right now, but they dropped that one to the Washington football team, 29-19. Carolina goes to Arizona and beats the Cardinals 34-10. Comes back. We'll talk about that for a little bit too. Minnesota goes to Los Angeles Chargers and beats them 27-20. Minnesota Vikings, I think, about to get that thing right. They about to run on a string here. Watch what your boy Uncle Fred says. Philadelphia 30, Denver 13. Wonder if Vic Fangio didn't have a blueprint on how to beat Philadelphia. But he had one for Dallas, but whatever, Vic. But y'all got a bye. Y'all can think about that. Green Bay 17, Seattle 0. Very interesting game here. We'll talk about that one as well too. We'll just kind of just hit and miss on that one. And then the last 2 games, Kansas City 41 and Las Vegas Raiders 14. Whoo, Pat back in the saddle. I'm sorry, Pat. I root against you. We'll go against you next week too because you know who y'all playing. Y'all play the Cowboys next week. Love you, Pat. I love the Cowboys more. So we'll get back with you. Get back at you the week after. And then the last game, San Francisco 31, Los Angeles Rams 10. So here the games I missed. I was 5-8, so I missed obviously the Baltimore and the Miami Dolphins game. I missed that one. I missed the Tampa Bay and Washington football team. I missed that one. Missed Carolina at Arizona. Missed that one. Missed Minnesota at Los Angeles Chargers. I thought the Chargers would pull that one out, but I told you last week, wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota got that one, and they did get that one, but I missed it. I had Seattle over Green Bay, and Green Bay won. Hey, man, what are you going to say, man? I thought Russ was back. I thought Russ was going to cook. I missed Kansas City at Las Vegas. Sorry, man. Kansas City ain't been playing well, man. Best team they done played in the last 3-4 weeks. They almost lost to the Giants and, took all they can do to beat a Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers when they went 13-7. So, yeah, I thought the Raiders with all their firepower would beat them, but I was wrong. Kansas City wins. And then finally the Rams, I thought that they would, come back from that undressing they got at the hands of the, I think, 28-16, at the hands of the Tennessee Titans. I thought, San Francisco will pay for that. No, not exactly. San Francisco wins 31-10, so I missed that one. So those are the 5 games I lost in the tie. Obviously, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. So all right, so let's go ahead and just let's talk about a few of these games. We're gonna get on to our Week 11 picks, and we're gonna soon be out of here. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep my videos kind of timely. I know I can rattle on and talk all day, especially about football, things I like, football and and the Lord and stuff like that. I can talk all day about that. I got some a Bible channel that I do also for my church. So I also do. I can talk about either thing for a long time, so I have to curtail some of that. So, all right, first game we're going to talk about New England 45, Cleveland 7. Just give you the particulars as far as yardage. New England rolled up 452 yards on them boys. Okay, Cleveland could only manage 217. Do you know Baker Mayfield didn't even throw for 100 yards? Baker, come on, dude. All that stuff you got. You got Odell out the house and all this stuff, and y'all got that win over Cincinnati. So okay, y'all free, y'all liberated. Let's go. But I'm gonna tell you something. Them Patriots. I hate to tell the folks. It's a couple of teams in a couple of sports right now that I think about to have turned the clock back. And I think some people in these 2 sports about to be upset because I think some things getting ready to be like it was about 3 years ago. I think the New England Patriots are back. You have to deal with them. In basketball, Golden State Warriors are back. You're going to have to come see them, all right? I'm actually liking that one. New England, it's okay. I like Mac Jones. Mac Jones, 19 to 23, only 4 incomplete passes, 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks. Let me give you an idea of how dominant they were here, because I kind of researched their drives. Let me tell you what kind of drives they had for their touchdowns. They scored 45 points. Now, Cleveland went down the field, scored first. They scored first. Mayfield, short pass to Austin Hooper, 2 yards, touchdown, drive, 11 plays, 79 yards, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And you know daggum Baker Mayfield was doing the drum major. He's like, yeah. And New England ran out 45 straight on y'all. Let me give you some idea of some of these drives that New England ran. Right after that drive, their first drive in the first quarter, they went 15 plays, 83 yards, touchdown. Right after, and then let's see, I think it was in the second quarter, they went 11 plays, 99 yard touchdown. Had to get a touchdown. Be hard to go 99 yards and settle for a field goal, right? 11 plays, 99 yards, 6 minutes, 11 seconds. Okay. Later in the third quarter, 8 plays, 92-yard drive, touchdown. And then 6 plays, 95-yard touchdown. 4 minutes and 2 seconds. That's 3 90-plus yard drives in a game. I don't think I've ever seen that before in an NFL game. Dude, could you not get them off the field? What are we talking about here? And then they had an 83-yard drive for good measure, if you need it. 11 plays, 99 yards. 8 plays, 92 yards. 6 plays, 95 yards. 3 95-plus. Oh, you can say 4 80-plus yard drives. Come on, Cleveland. Did you make them punt once? Good night. But that's what they did. Baker Mayfield was 11 of 21 for 73 yards. Yuck. And he got sacked on a play and had to stumble out of the game. And he said his hip hurting. So Case Keenum came in and he was 8 of 12 for 81 yards. And Baker did throw an interception as well. So they didn't really. Ramondre Stevenson, 20 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I think that Damian Harris didn't even play. No. Kendrick Bourne had 4 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown. And Jacoby Myers, first NFL touchdown. But he's been in the league like 4 years. First NFL touchdown. So great win for the New England Patriots. I'm telling you, New England's formula is simple. Play good, solid, hard-hitting defense and play the fundamentals. They don't give you nothing deep. They're going to make you work the ball down the field. They don't turn the ball over. They force you into a couple of turnovers. They don't make no mistakes. They don't jump off sides on 3rd and 3 and give you first down. They don't do stupid stuff like that. That formula will work, okay? And Mac Jones, roll tide, baby, coming into his own, becoming Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. That's what he becoming. So great win for New England. Buffalo, you ain't got this division yet. I'm just going to tell you that right now. New England coming, baby. And if you don't play your A game, they're going to get you. New England win 45-7. Cleveland, y'all got some splaining to do, okay? All right? Odell gone. Y'all still got y'all doors blown off, all right? Next game we're going to talk about is Tampa Bay and the Washington football team. I had Tampa Bay in this game because, it's Tom Brady. But they got some injuries. Gronk's not playing. AB's not playing. And all this stuff. But you think they would still be able to beat the Washington football team, you would think, right? But not so much. They went back and forth. And then Tampa Bay, got 2 touchdowns in the second half. Brady has thrown a pick 6 in 2 games, back-to-back games, 2 interceptions in back-to-back games. Don't know what's going on there, but I do know this. Time of possession, Washington 39-8, Tampa Bay 20-52. Basically had the ball twice as long as them. Now, Tampa Bay closed at the 4 points, 23-19, and then Washington went on a 19-play, 80-yard, 10-minute, and 26-yard drive. You heard me right. A 19-play, 80-yard, 10-minute, and 26-second drive. They got that ball with like 13 and something minutes left to go in the game, or 12 minutes left to go, and gave the ball back to Tom Brady with 30 seconds left, down 10. Have at it, GOAT. Have at it. Okay. So yeah, Tampa Bay, they I think they had like 308 yards of total offense, and I think Washington football team had like 336 or something like that. Washington was 11-19 on third down. Now you at 70-80% on third down, you're not 60% or so on third down. You're not losing. 11, and I think Tampa Bay was like 4 of 13 or something like that. So yeah, that's but yeah, that 19-play, 80-yard, 10-minute, and 26-yard drive. Yeah, I mean they kept getting third down, couldn't get off the field, closed the door, and ended with a what's the kid's name? Antonio Gibson slammed it in from 1 yard out. Touchdown. It was 23, and they missed the extra point, made it 29-19, 10-point game, 30 seconds left. See what you can do, Tom. Couldn't do nothing with it. And so Tampa Bay loses their second straight. And, I don't know. I don't know what happens there. Okay. Detroit, Pittsburgh. We're just going to talk about this for a minute. Detroit was at Pittsburgh. We know that Ben Roethlisberger was out. He's in protocol. They were out. Juju Smith-Schuster, who's he's been out for about 4 or 5 weeks. Don't know if he's gonna miss the rest of the season, but but also my boy Chase Claypool out for the game. So they were kind of limited. Then you had Mason Rudolph playing quarterback, so they were kind of limited. He was like 30 or 50 for 238 yards, and I think he had a touchdown and an interception. He was serviceable. Detroit, I think they only had like 306 yards of offense, only 114 yards passing by Jared Goff. But DeAndre Swift, the second-year guy out of Georgia, 33 carries, 130 yards. And he kept the chains moving. That's what kept them in the game. Actually, Detroit was up 16-10, and Pittsburgh came back, kicked 2 field goals to tie it up. Pittsburgh could have won this game in overtime. I don't know what the NFL was thinking about going with the 10-minute overtime. Dude, do you want more ties? I wanted, and I think they should go to some other thing where a tie is less likely, like longer, or maybe have them start at 25, like in college, and, whoever, whatever. But shortening it to 10 minutes kind of encourages more ties. I don't know why he did that, but the Steelers had a chance to win it in overtime. They were driving. They got down to like the 40 to 39-yard line. Mason Rudolph hit Frymouth, kind of in the flat. And as he's going out of bounds, he fumbled. And Trey Flowers, hometown boy, went to school right here where I'm from, picked up the fumble. I thought he was laying out of bounds, but he's right there on the end line. And that recovered it, and that preserved the tie. So Pittsburgh didn't get a chance to try a walk-off field goal. It would have been a 57-yard. It would have been a tough one. But I think he could have made that one, but it ends in a tie. And, it was a lot of comedy errors in that game, kind of like Keystone Cops. But 16-16 tie. Hey, what are you going to say? All right. 16-16. All right. Next game we're going to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. Now, the Denver, fresh off that 30-16 clobbering of my Cowboys, was Vince Fangio said, well, nobody's playing the Cowboys, right? We knew what we wanted to do to them, what we were going to do with them, and we decided not to blitz them, just play basic defense, and we was able to beat them. And basically, we were saying he got the blueprint. But apparently, you ain't had no blueprint for them Eagles. Eagles ran up like 386 yards on y'all, including 214 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurts had a nice game, 16 of 23, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also ran the ball 14 times for 53 yards, including a 31-yarder. But the rushing totals, Jordan Howard, 12 carries, 83 yards. Boston Scott, 11 carries, 81 yards. That's what I'm talking about, gobbling up yards right there, boy. And then, of course, Jalen Hurts, 14 for 53. And and my boy Devontae Smith caught 2 touchdown passes. Caught a 36-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter and a 5-yard touchdown pass. Caught 2 consecutive touchdown passes on drives for the Eagles, 2 consecutive scores, and they're able to beat them 30-13. And Bridgewater was 22 of 36, 236, no touchdown, no interceptions. Key to the game, though, it was 20-13. Philadelphia, the Denver was driving. Melvin Gordon was running with the football, fumbled, and Darius Slay picked it up, fumbled it himself, ran back, and Teddy Bridgewater was kind of standing idly by and just kind of let Darius Slay go on by. I'm like, I'm not getting involved in it. Let the guy run for a touchdown. Of which he went to the team and apologized for that. Because, dude, you at least could have tripped him up or something, or slowed him down, let some of the other guys got him. He kind of just like, made what they call a business decision. And, so that's kind of what happened there. And so yeah, that's, let me go to this last page here. Okay. Well, they won 30-30. I thought maybe I could find the play. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Gordon up the middle to the Philadelphia 22 for 1 yard, fumbles, touched it to 22, recovered by Darius Slay, ran it for 83 yards for a touchdown. So there it is right there. And Bridgewater stood by and kind of like, Olay, let him have it. No blueprint for the Eagles, I guess. I guess the Eagles' offense is way more sophisticated to stop and get than the Cowboys. So whatever, man. Whatever makes you sleep at night, my man. Vic Fangio. Carolina 34, Arizona Cardinals 10. I'm back. That's what Cam said. And as a football fan, dude, it was good to see that brother get in the game and score a couple of touchdowns. Gave that team some punch. I don't know what's going on with Arizona Cardinals. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Arizona Cardinals had 169 yards of total offense. Now, let me tell you what's significant about that. An NFL team, I'm going to tell you, a good defensive effort is to hold the team under 300 yards. That's a good defensive effort. When you hold a team to 169 yards, dude, that's most teams get that in a half. All right. That consisted of 104 yards passing, Colt McCoy, 11 of 20, 107 yards. And some dude named Strevelar came in at 6 of 9 for 36 yards. James Conner, 10 carries for 39 yards. We know Chase Edmonds is out. And some dude named Benjamin, 6 for 22. They really they couldn't move the ball. I think they had like 11 first downs. And I know everybody's been buzzing. Who Cam's gonna start? Cam's gonna start. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If Cam do start, because they were starting PJ Walker. People may not know PJ Walker is the guy that what's the head coach's name? Golly, I can't think of his name. But anyway, when this guy was at Temple, PJ Walker was his quarterback. Matt Rule, that's his name. Matt Rule. He'll come to me. PJ Walker was his quarterback, and of course he left there and went to Baylor and turned that program around and then got this job at Carolina. But anywho, PJ Walker, he's been doing okay. He was 22 for 29, 167 yards. That's not a lot of yards. But really, it was all about my man, Christian McCaffrey, who's back. He's back, too. He's back. Christian McCaffrey, 13 carries, 95 yards rushing, longest of 15, and receiving 10 catches for 66 yards. Okay. It's a bad boy, man. And so I don't know how up to speed Cam is with the offense. Remember, this isn't the Carolina Panthers that he left behind a couple of years ago. This is a totally different team, different regime, different coaching staff, different everything. So I don't know what he's but I'm gonna tell you just like this. You know who the Carolina Panthers play next week? You guessed it. The Washington football team, coached by who? Ron Rivera. Man, you can't make this stuff up. If it was a Hollywood script, nobody would buy. You can't make this ish up. You can't. And of course, he's gonna play that week against Ron Rivera. You know that. Ron Rivera could have had him back because he's got quarterback problems, but he's going with Taylor Heineke. But no, he could have. So yeah, so we're gonna pick that game too. But Cam's back. But I'm really about to understand something. Now, I know Cam, they brought Cam in because I know me and my man were texting back and forth with the game. So, Cam got 2 TDs. So I thought Cam came in and led some drives. No, they drove the ball down to the 1-yard line and brought him in. He scored a 1-yard touchdown. And then another drive, he threw a 1-yard touchdown pass. Do a 1-yard touchdown pass, had a 1-yard run at 2 TDs. Basically, he had like 8 yards passing and like 14 yards rushing on a couple of plays. Let me make sure people understand this. That while I'm happy for Cam, I'm not under any understanding that Cam's going to turn this team around. They're gonna win 5 of the next 8 games and get in the playoffs. Because you score from the 1-yard line, but you do know that the bulk of the scoring of the drives are between the 20s. Okay, that's where the heavy lifting is. That's where you got to read the defenses and get to execute the plays and stuff. So don't get me wrong. I'm happy that he got that, but let's pump the brakes on. Oh man, and then he did give him a spark. He got them juiced up, but at the end of the day, talent will win. Okay, talent and good coaching, good fundamentals win. And I'm not sure where he's at in the scope of all these things. And he's probably going to start this week. But I don't have no misgivings about him returning to 2015, 2016 camp. He might be decent. It might be better than P.J. Walker, but let's pump the brakes on that. But that's a good win for Carolina. I missed that one too. And I picked that, and I wasn't thinking the Cam's coming back to them. But but no, we'll see about that. But Carolina Panthers win that game 34-10. I don't know what Arizona, man. You got to hurry up and get Kyler Murray and DK Metcalf. DeAndre Hopkins. I keep getting those 2 dudes mixed up. And AJ Green. I don't know if they even played. Christian Kirk played. Ertz played. I didn't see anything about any of these other guys. So they got to get some of them guys back. They 8-2. They lost 2 in a row. 2 or 3. So because they beat San Francisco last week, which they shouldn't have won. I don't understand how they won that one. But Carolina wins 34-10 at Arizona. And so we'll see what happens to them next. He's back. All right, next game. And I apologize for this one. I apologize wholeheartedly, Pat, for not believing in you. But dude, y'all been stinking up the joint, man. Y'all have getting beat by everybody. Y'all was almost losing to the Giants. Giants really should have beat y'all. They called a crazy taunting penalty that shouldn't have been called. Y'all wouldn't have won that game. And then, you beat a Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers barely. And then, so I didn't have you beating the Raiders. The Raiders was doing it. But the Raiders, to be honest with you, are having to overcome way, 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 way too much. And so anyhow, they KC had 516 yards of offense. Pat 35 of 50, 406 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Derek Carr 25 of 35 for 261, 2-1. And he actually led them in rushing too. 3 carries, 18 yards. Jacobs 7 carries, 16 yards. You couldn't run on the Carolina Panthers. You couldn't, y'all couldn't manage, but 50 yards rushing on the Carolina Panthers. 299 yards of offense. So, but what they were doing, and I'm looking at the sheet here, They drove 10 plays, 81 yards, touchdown. See down here, and then they went 7-0, and the Raiders tied it up and then kicked the field goal. They drove 9 plays, 53 yards. You see a pattern here. Kicked the field goal, go up 10-7. Then they kicked another got another touchdown. They drove 10 plays, 54 yards. Seeing a pattern here. They go up 17-7, and then they go touchdown again, 13 plays, 62 yards. That's an average of like 5 yards a play, in case y'all's math ain't good. So I'm not seeing no 80-yard bombs here. Point after touchdown, good. They're up 24-14. Kick the field goal, 8 plays, 66 yards. Okay. And then with a 35-yard kick by Harrison Butker to go up 27-14. Then another touchdown, 7 plays, 56 yards. Okay. This one, 38-yard pass to Williams. So that one's a little bit Damian Williams. That's the one where he went up and high pointed the ball and caught it over the corner. Back shoes don't put the catch passes like that. And they go up 33-14. And then extra point was good. And then they go 22 yards to Keith Pringle, 42, 7 plays, 75 yards. So you're noticing a lot of 7, 8, 9, 10 play drives. So in nickel and diamond. So I guess my Cowboys better pay attention. They're willing to take the little nickel and dime plays. And if they're willing to do that and they will be successful at that, they're going to be hard to beat. But they win 41-14. Raiders, like I said, they got a lot to overcome. They had to overcome the ouster of their coach, John Gruden, the Henry Ruggs tragedy with him having to be kicked off the team, and then Arnett, one of their corners they drafted the year before last draft from Ohio State. They had to dismiss him for some threatening texts and videos and stuff he had published. What are you guys doing, man? This silly stuff. Him and Ruggs. Ruggs my boy too, but I'm not standing with foolishness. Your boy don't stand with foolishness. So Kansas City wins 41-14. And the other game I want to talk about, Green Bay 17, Seattle 0. Now, it's the game of the return of the two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, where Aaron Rodgers, having to holding the NFL back with his foolishness. But he's back. He came back, but he was 23 of 37 for 294 with an interception. He was okay. Threw an end zone interception to Jamal Adams. But Russell Wilson was terrible in this game. They only had 208 yards of offense. Let me tell you what Russell Wilson's stat line was: 20 of 40, which is 50%. That's yuck. 160 yards, 2 picks, 2 goal line end zone interceptions. Okay, and they were totally inept. It was 3-0 Green Bay going into the fourth quarter. A defensive game, and Green Bay ends up with the shutout. First shutout Green Bay had since they shut out Buffalo back in September the 30th, 2018, and the first time Seattle's been shut out since September the 18th, 2011. So they've never been shut out in the Russell Wilson era. So we're talking about always since 2011. Okay. And things got kind of heated. Carlos Dunlap late in the game, came across one of the Green Bay Packers shoes. Instead of, he threw the shoe and got an unsportsmanlike conduct. And then late in the fourth quarter, DK Metcalf got, he runs a little hot himself. Grabbed a couple of guys' face masks and got a little, heated, and got a couple of sportsmanlike and got ejected. But apparently, dude didn't know he was ejected because he's back in the huddle. Like, okay, what's the play? Bruh, you need to hit the showers. Fish that come here, bruh. This way. So all around, very bad game for Seattle, and I don't know where they go from here. So Green Bay wins 17-0. In the final game, the Monday night game, also that I missed, San Francisco 31, and the Los Angeles Rams 10. Let me tell you what San Francisco just decided we gonna play punch you in the mouth football. And that's what they did. They lined up and ran it down their throat right out the gate. He Garoppolo went went short right to George Kittle for 8 yards first quarter, capping an 18-play, 88-yard drive, 11 minutes and 3 seconds. That's the longest drive an NFL team has had. Remember, Washington had a 10-minute, 26-yard drive, 26-minute drive. This was an 11-minute drive. I think the Rams went 3 and out. They tried to get Odell, and when I got to talk about Odell too. And they went down the field, 88 yards, 18 plays. My goodness. And kicked the extra point at 7-0. And then Stafford had an interception return. He threw it to Tyler Higbee, got tipped up in the air and picked off and ran back for a touchdown. Before you know it, it's 14-0. And then he finally gets on track. He hits Tyler Higbee, who redeemed himself for a 10-yard touchdown. It's 10-7, or 14-7, excuse me. But then Deebo Samuels, round left end. The thing I was liking, Deebo Samuel came with a mission. He played like his name really was Deebo. They was lining Deebo up in the backfield. He was getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards, just running through dudes. And then when they throwing it to him, guys were scared to tackle him. Deebo Samuel's a bad boy once he gets probably the best run after catch wide receiver in the NFL. He ended up with an 8. He went around left end on a run play for a touchdown, capping 11-play, 91-yard drive. You see where I'm going with this? Long drives, a lot of plays, running it down their throats. Rams couldn't get off the field. Okay, and that made it 20-7. And then they kicked the extra point to go up 21-7. And then Garoppolo short pass to Deebo Samuel for 40 yards. Catch and run, and point after is good, capping a 6-play, 56-yard drive. Okay, and then the Rams. I don't know why you do this. Like maybe 3 minutes left in the game, you down 31-7. Why are you kicking a field goal? That just really what are you doing here? They kicked the field goal to make it somewhat less cosmetic. Made it 31-7. Okay, Rams. Only 52 yards rushing. They only ran it 10 times, threw it 41. Stafford's 26 of 41, 243, 2 picks, and 1 touchdown to Tyler Higbee. And Johnny Hector who's a punter. They tried a fake punt once, and it didn't go nowhere. And but Garoppolo, very efficient, 15-19, 182, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Elijah Mitchell, 27 carries, 91 yards. Very efficient, getting 4, 5 yards a carry. Deebo Samuel rushed the ball 5 times for 36 yards. And he also caught 5 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. But all the talk was about, and I'm going to talk about this. And some people might not like this. I mean, that's fine. But there's something going on with Odell. I don't know what it is. It's an air about him. I don't know what it is. It almost has the air of something sinister, something nefarious, something malevolent. There's something going on with dude because he seems to always be the center of chaos or some confusion or something. Does not matter where he goes. Dude is talented, but seems like and then they sign the guy. He goes to the very next day. Robert Woods goes down with an ACL. I mean, that kind of stuff don't just happen. Something going on with it's something going on with dude. I don't know what it is. And it just seems like it. And guys, quarterbacks seem like they lose their mind when he get on the team. The interception that Stafford threw, it was a deep in-cut pass in the end zone, and it was like he wasn't open, but it's like, I gotta force it. Matthew Stafford has never forced nothing to nobody all season. But he's going to try to force it to him. He stopped running on the route, paused the pick. I don't know, man. It's something going on. It's something with dude. It's always something about him. It's always like chaos or something. And I seen him when that pass happened. He's on the sideline like he verbally abusing somebody, like he's having a conniption. I'm like, dude, you just got there. You've been there like 1 day. You ain't got no business mouthing off at nobody. You know what you do when you're a new guy on a team? You go there, you sit down, you get you your surface, your notebook or whatever. You sit down with a notebook and a pad, and you write down what's going on. You have no idea what's going on in their culture, their place, none of that stuff. So you be quiet and you watch. You become a sponge. What are you fussing and all animated about? Something about that dude. I don't know what it is, but seems like everywhere he goes, confusion and chaos always follows this guy. I'm sorry. I know some of these guys love this guy, but it's always something with him. Okay. Dude goes down in an injury the very next day after they sign him. Don't know. But anyway, that's my diatribe on. That's my rant on that. Maybe he'll help him get it together. Maybe he won't. Cooper Kupp still the man. 80 catches, like 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 10 games. So anyway, those are my games for the week. And so I don't know what's going on with the NFL, but these games is like crazy now, man. I don't know what's going on. But there's more upsets. I've seen more upsets last 2 weeks than I've seen in like 10 years in back-to-back weeks. Now, you may see 1 or 2 upsets a week. You good for them, And what you try to do, you try to pick that upset. You try to be on the front end of that. But I don't know. But anyway, week 11 is upon us, and we got a game tomorrow night. So I'm going to go ahead and call these games right now, get them going, and we'll get y'all out of here. So we got big game tomorrow night at the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta, GA. Hot Atlanta, where it's always hot. So we got the and I got the wrong sheet. Yeah. This is working at me there because I guess I bad mouth Odell, so things gonna happen to me now, right? All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right. Week 11. So we got a game tomorrow night at the ATL. The New England Patriots come into Atlanta to play the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons had won 3 out of their last 4, but they took one on the chin to the Cowboys 43-3 last week. The New England Patriots have won 4 straight ever since that close loss to the Cowboys. They done won 4 straight, scored 54 on the Jets, scored like 36 on the Carolina Panthers, and they scored 45 on the Cleveland Browns. So New England is, I'm telling you, they're a dangerous team. And I don't see no way in HE double hockey sticks that the Atlanta Falcons going to beat the New England Patriots. I got New England winning that one by like 3 touchdowns. I got New England winning that one. Don't watch Atlanta win it because that's how things is going. But I don't see it. I got New England winning that one. Then the game's on Sunday. Got Indianapolis at Buffalo. This is the first upset I'm calling. I think Indianapolis Colts are going to upset the Buffalo Bills. They're playing at Orchard Park, but Indianapolis is playing well right now. Carson Wentz, not big Carson Wentz fan, but I like what he's doing right now. They're playing good. Jonathan Taylor is playing man's game right now. He's closing in on being the leading rusher in the NFL right now. That Henry's out. Jonathan Taylor's just running his tail off. And then you got Michael Pittman. I think T.Y. Hilton probably should be back. So I think Indianapolis is going to get this one. So I call it for the upset. I got Indy winning that one. Then we got Washington football team at the Carolina Panthers. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. Cam starting for the Carolina Panthers. So we think playing against the Washington football team coached by his old coach, Ron Rivera, who coached him at Carolina. You seeing how this thing is going here? But anyhow, but I got the Carolina Panthers winning this one. Cam probably gets a touchdown, makes a couple of plays if he starts. I got Carolina winning that one. So we'll see. And I'll be happy for Cam. Going to win. Go and show Ron Rivera what's up, man. You could have got me, but you went with Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke played his butt off last week against Tampa, though. Much respect. Then we got Baltimore at Chicago. I know Chicago's coming off a bye, and Justin Fields has been playing well. And Baltimore's coming off that stinker that laid on us last Thursday night. But I think Baltimore will win this one. Justin Fields, take notes. Watch how Lamar Jackson handles this offense, that can be you in about 2-3 years. Take some notes, watch his composure, watch how he manages the run versus the pass, watch how he reads the defenses, watch how he throws it deep, watch how he avoids sacks. Watch how this happens. But I got Baltimore winning this one. And but I think Chicago makes it competitive because I think he's found something. Justin Fields has found something. And that kid's just only going to get better, and they're going to get better around him. But I got Baltimore winning. Then we got Cleveland at Detroit. Do I have the guts to go out on a limb and pick the Detroit Lions to beat the Cleveland Browns? I'm thinking. I'm a coward. I can't do it. I got the Browns. They're playing at Cleveland. They playing at Detroit. I got Detroit winning that one. They playing at Cleveland. I got Cleveland. I got Cleveland winning that one. So Baker, don't know if he's going to play. Case Keenum could play. I know what's my man's name? Jordan, the receiver. I don't know if Nick Chubb is going to be back or not. They got Dearness Johnson and God, I cannot think of my man's name. Number 80. I cannot think of his name. But I think he should have a pretty good game against them. And if they, and they should run the ball down their throat. And I think Cleveland wins that game. Jarvis Landry came to me. I was talking about Jordan. Jarvis Landry. Then we got San Francisco and Jacksonville. Jacksonville's been playing better of late. Played Indianapolis very close last week. Lost by 6. Thought they was going to win. Last second touchdown to go up out. Win it by 1. But Indianapolis was able to hold them off. But I think San Francisco's found something with their running game and that ball control. And I don't know what's going on with Trey Lance. He didn't get any playing time last week. I know he's been hurt some. I don't know. Maybe they started to second guess maybe that pick or whatever. But I got San Francisco winning that one. Then we got Green Bay at Minnesota. And this is the game I've been talking about. The Minnesota Vikings are probably one of the most talented teams in the NFL. Just have not been able to put it together. They lost to the Cowboys. Had no business losing to the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they lost to the Cowboys. I love my Cowboys. But they lost to the Cowboys with Cooper Rush. No Dak Prescott. And, they got, Tank Lawrence is out. Michael Gallup out. And you got a quarterback that ain't started a game in 4 years. Come on. You playing at home. Come on, man. Y'all shouldn't have lost that game. And then you shouldn't have lost to Arizona early. Shouldn't have lost to Cincinnati early. Really, since they are 4-5, they could easily be like 6. They could easily be 6-3, very easily right now. But they've got top to bottom. I think they got more talent than Green Bay. Of course, the quarterback is notwithstanding because Kirk Cousins can't carry water for Aaron Rodgers. I get all that, but everywhere else, wide receivers they're better. I know they got Devontae Adams, but you got Thielen and Jefferson and Osborne. They're better than them. And then, I think the offensive line is better. I think the running backs are better because remember, I forgot to mention in the segment with the Seattle and Green Bay, but Aaron Jones went down with a knee injury in that game. He won't be playing this game. So you got A.J. Dillon. But they got Darwin Cook and Alexander Madison. I got Minnesota upsetting them. I got Minnesota winning that one. Okay, because I think Minnesota's the better team. They get that Viking horn. Woo, woo. I think I got the Vikings winning. I like that when they do that. I like when they do that. I got Minnesota winning them. Then you got Miami and New York Jets. Look, New York Jets started. My man Zach Wilson got hurt in the Patriot game. Brought Mike White in. He beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And then had a pretty nice promising start against the Indianapolis Colts. Then he gets hurt, comes back, and we think he's the man. And he threw 4 picks against Buffalo last week. And now they're starting Joe Flacco. But Flacco, Fluco, whoever you want to start, I got Miami. Tua has a good game. Dolphins win at I can't think of the name of the stadium, but it's in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But I got the Dolphins winning that game. Then we got New Orleans and Philadelphia. This is almost a pick'em game right here. New Orleans coming off of a loss to the Titans, which they played very well, only lost by 2 points, lost on 2 point. And then Philadelphia coming off that drubbing of the Denver Broncos. They're playing at Philadelphia. I gotta go with Jalen and Devontae. I got the Eagles winning that one. But I think it could go either way. But I got the Eagles winning that one. We can see what Kamara's out. I think Kamara's out too. Right? So basically, it's going to be Mark Ingram and whatnot. So we'll see what happens there. But I got Philadelphia winning that one. Okay. Then we got the Tennessee Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Nothing to be said here. Tennessee Titans playing some of the best football in the NFL. Defense is nasty. Jeffrey Simmons. What's the linebacker's name? Godly. You know me and names. Landry. And then Byard in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. Man. Tennessee's 8-2, man. Right now, top seed in the AFC. Without Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry come back, you ain't want to be playing them. I don't know how long Derrick Henry's going to be out. They were talking about they stopped short of saying it was season ending. So we'll see what happens. But I got Tennessee winning that one. Okay. Then you got the Dallas Cowboys at the Kansas City Chiefs. I ain't gonna talk much about that one. I'm gonna do my own pregame on that particular game. But I got the Cowboys winning that one. But man, that's you talking about one to get your popcorn ready. That's get your popcorn ready because you got two MVP candidates at quarterback. You got my boy Dak, and you got Showtime Mahomes to what I call Pat. But I think Cowboys defense, offense should be able to have their way. So I got the Cowboys winning that. We'll talk more about that one on my Cowboy pregame. Then we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. Kyler Murray's back. I got Arizona. I got Arizona winning that one. I don't know why I got Seattle marked. I'm not feeling Seattle right now. I think I marked the wrong thing. I got Arizona winning that one. They're playing at Seattle, but the 12th man don't mean as much as it used to. And I think Arizona, if they get Kyler Murray back, Hopkins back, AJ Green back, Edmonds back, there's no hope. They're gonna slam them. So Seattle got some soul searching to do because they got to figure out what they're doing, what they're doing. And they need to, put some more things around Russ and Jamal. And they got Jamal because they gave him a first, a second, and some other picks for him. You got that dude. So he's going to be him, and it's going to be Russ on offense and Jamal Adams on defense. And whatever, and then DK. That's probably all you got. And everything else is, you can kind of whatever. If they end up going 6-11 or 7-10 or something this year, they got some explaining to do and some soul searching to do. So, but I got Arizona winning that one. Then you got Sunday night, you got Pittsburgh at the Los Angeles Chargers. I was kind of torn on this one. Pittsburgh, I don't know if Ben Roethlisberger's plays. I got them winning. If you're going with Mason Rudolph, I got the Chargers winning. So I'm kind of straddling the fence on that one. So I might get back with you later in the week when we find out evidently, definitively if Ben is playing. If Ben's playing, I'm going with the Steelers. And especially if Claypool and Ben are back, I'm going with the Steelers. But if you're going with Mason Rudolph, I can't go against him against Justin Herbert. Playing it in SoFi too, can't go with it. So then you got the New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And surely Tampa Bay not losing 3 in a row. I look for dadgum Tom Brady to throw for 450 and 4 touchdowns and win by 3 touchdowns. I got Tampa Bay winning that one. So we'll get back with you about Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and see how it all went. See how it all went and how the picks went. But I'm telling you, it's some crazy stuff going on in the NFL. I don't know what it is. Don't know the how, the when, the why. But it's like 5-6 upsets every week now, and this is a matter of me trying to pick them. So I'm picking one Indianapolis over Buffalo, and I'm picking Minnesota over Green Bay. Those are my 2 upsets. So that's all I got from the desk, Uncle Fred. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, get involved with the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I promise you, You won't be disappointed. That's all I got, Uncle Fred. God bless you all. And y'all have a good night. And we'll catch y'all on the next video.